What if WWE was the absolute worst place to work for? No rules, no wellness policy, and probably some of the worst possible people that we can find all work together in this company. We're starting with $600 million and we're at the huge size, which, you know, it's uncompetable in the game. And you basically just have money that you can throw away. But let's see how we can handle this. So are we going to lose money? Probably. Are we going to gain popularity? Probably not. But we're going to find out. I've never done the backstage policy to provide a dirty doctor. So we're going to do that. We're going to have unorganized transport. We're not going to pay for transport. We're not going to have any catering. We're going to allow smoking. We're going to allow alcohol. We're going to not provide a chiropractor, not provide hotels. They're not going to be organized. No masseuse. We're going to allow, we're going to make them stay here until the final match is over. So I guess there are rules. There's only rules though that's going to make them set. Dress code is enforced. Okay, I'm just looking at this. John Cena. What are these? These relationships are strange. I don't know about BG James and Shane Helms, but John Cena with Wade Barrett and then Paul Heyman with AJ Styles. What the heck? Another change we are going to make is we're going to have no drug testing. And right there is pretty much the basis of it. I'm going to make some signings, but we're not going to do those until later down the line, just because I want to see what kind of mess we can get into with just the core roster. I just got a notification that Tamina, her contract is expiring. So here is the next step of our process. How is their personality? Does their personality benefit the company? So if we're looking here, she's loyal and she's professional. So I think you know where this is going. I probably wouldn't have re-signed her anyways, just because she's, you know, unimportant and kind of disappeared in real life. But regardless, we're only keeping negative personalities. She is out of here. Gabe Sapolsky has gotten a lot of heat with the rest of the locker room for his selfish behavior. We are going to take no action. I would love for there to be an option just to praise it. I know that's kind of crazy in normal gameplay, but we're going to take no action. It's the best that we can do. And that was the only thing. That's unfortunate. There are too many friendships here, and a way to make morale go down quick is to have people that don't like each other. So we're going to go down this list over here of notable WWE relationships, and we're going to negatively meddle in their relationships. And hopefully by the end of this whole entire list will be red instead of green. So we're going to start off with the top of the list. AJ Styles has a deep friendship with Charlotte Flair, and I don't like that. You have tried negatively influencing the relationship. Note that the effects of your meddling, if any, may take time. Okay, so that's fine. We can wait. We're basically just going to keep every show. We're going to whittle down the list and see how it goes. I'm assuming that that's not going to be the only way that relationships are hindered. Relationships are going to go down quick. Once they start, it's going to be a whole shit show. So it probably won't take very long for this to go downhill. Here on Smackdown, Giovanni Vinci defeats Alex Shelley. Alex Shelley defeats Giovanni Vinci. My bad. Randy Orton has an interview. Johnny Gargano defeats Chris Sabin. Santos Escobar defeats Andrade. Omos and A-Town Down Under defeat Apollo Crews and the Street Profits. AJ Styles has a backstage promo. Charlotte Flair has... Okay, if it's not clear, I did auto booker, and Charlotte Flair's sex appeal segment, that doesn't even make any sense. I didn't even know why that would automize to that with the product. The product is no Styles Town. I guess that's the mistake. So I guess we're gonna get some sex appeal segments too in modern day WWE. Paul Heyman has a promo. Tiffany Stratton defeats Naomi. Bianca Belair has a sex appeal segment. Okay, well this is a little much. LA Knight cuts a promo. Randy Orton defeats Berto. Braun Strowman defeats Solo Sikoa. Sorry, I don't know. There was a segment between Braun and Solo, and then he won, so I guess I predicted that match. I don't know. John Cena cuts a promo. Kevin Owens and Shinsuke promo. Tommaso Ciampa defeats John Cena. No, John Cena defeats Tommaso Ciampa. Wow, I'm just predicting and also just making stuff up too. This had a summary rating of 72. LA Knight defeats Jacob Fatu. Cody Rhodes cuts a promo. Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso defeat Kevin Owens and Shinsuke Nakamura. Jimmy Uso and Roman Reigns had a 73. And this had a 76 overall rating. We made a little over $2 million, and everything seems fine. No problems at all. And I'm gonna auto book because I think then it's a solid, consistent booking style. We will see the decrease in the money or the popularity popularity kind of just based off of the talent we currently have and their performances. And obviously once the morale goes down, it might go down. It might. We'll see. So yeah, that's kind of the reason why I'm doing it. And also we can get through this a lot quicker in that case. AJ and Charlotte are still, still share that deep friendship. So let's do it once again. Maybe they'll end up hating each other by the end of this. That's the hope. Kofi Kingston defeats Penta here on a Raw opener. Drake Maverick is not doing good as a road agent though. Sami Zayn cuts a promo. Liv Morgan with a sex appeal segment. Jey Uso with a backstage interview. Sheamus defeats JD McDonough. Io Sky defeats Ivy Nile to win the Women's Intercontinental Championship. She is now the first Intercontinental Championship since at the time of this save start, this, Lyra had not been crowned. Seth Rollins cuts a promo. Logan Paul defeats Joaquin Wilde. I almost said Joaquin Phoenix. I am all over the place today. Logan Paul cuts a promo. Sami Zayn defeats Pete Dunne. Jey Uso defeats Ludwig Kaiser. Damian Priest and the Awesome Truth defeat the Judgment Day. That's kind of like a realistic match. That's crazy. And then afterward, they have a interview segment. Rhea and Shayna Baszler have a video package, and then Rhea defeats Shayna Baszler. Seth Rollins defeats Chad Gable. Drew and Gunther have interviews backstage, and then our main event, it's John Cena and CM Punk defeat Drew McIntyre and Gunther. Oh my god. Gunther was held back by the chaotic nature of the match, and then we have CM Punk and John Cena promos. Crazy. So all this popularity in 24 regions. I think it was pretty close though to the same popularity as the last one. Same overall rating. I mean, it's a different show though. It made more money too, but yeah, we lost popularity quite a bit. Berto defeats Chris Sabin. Angel defeats Alex Shelley. Tiffany Stratton defeats B-Fab. Chelsea Green defeats Naomi. So Naomi now wins the United States title. Chicken Fat 2 has a video. Alexa Bliss interview. She making her first appearance since returning. Marlo Hayes defeats Apollo Crews. Andrade defeats Giovanni Vinci. Big E interview. Street Profits defeat DIY. Street Profits win the WWE Tag Team titles. Bayley cuts a promo. Jimmy Uso is interviewed. AJ Styles interview. Charlotte Flair sex appeal. Bianca Belair sex appeal. I guess that's just normal. Kevin Owens cuts a promo, and then we also have Shinsuke Nakamura is there. Okay. Jimmy Uso defeats his brother Solo Sikoa. Braun Strowman, Cody Rhodes, and John Cena defeat Omos and A-Town Down Under. LA Knight and Randy Orton defeating Shinsuke and Kevin Owens. LA Knight and Randy Orton cut promos. Roman Reigns cuts a promo. Santos Escobar loses to Roman Reigns. And then we have Cody Rhodes, John Cena, and Braun Strowman have, a backstage segment there. 75. So SmackDown is doing good enough. Raw's losing it. I wonder why. Yeah, I wonder what the difference is. We made 2,300,000. I wonder why. I have to look because I'm pretty sure Raw was the same or maybe even better. I'll have to check when this is downloading. Yeah, so Raw was actually significantly worse. I don't know why I was about to say it did better. Okay, well, we shall move on. So this wasn't caused by me, but we're already getting some tension backstage here because of Paul Heyman's hatred or whatever of AJ Styles. He has now turned Andrade against him, Corey Graves against him, and Austin Theory against him. So now things are starting to go downhill. This is what we want. We want to see this happen, and we're not gonna... Maybe if we were positively meddling, we could have helped the situation, and maybe we still could, but we're not gonna let it happen. So I'm happy that this game has a negative influence backstage option. I don't know what the normal use would have been for this, but I like it. And of course, there's definitely some signings I want to make that came to my mind when I had this save, and then one of them is Alberto El Patron. Triple H thinks it's a terrible idea. So does The Miz. Drew thinks it's an excellent idea. Okay. Drew's all for it. So we're gonna go ahead and sign him. Yeah, we'll give that to you. And it needs to be said that I don't agree with the views of the people I'm signing. This is purely a video game and an experiment purpose. So with that being said, we're also gonna give Austin Aries a contract signing. He also does not want to work house shows. No one directly stands out to me. Buff Bagwell, he's not terrible, but let's do it anyways because he's got a negative personality and it's somebody I know. Imagine Buff Bagwell coming back anyways at that point. And then we already got Charlotte Flair. She's a negative personality. Anybody else that comes to my mind here? Max Harwood. Oh, here's one. He's actually a really bad one because he's currently in the middle of a scandal. I'm not gonna have you we wrestle. I didn't even realize you were not retired. I think you are in real life, aren't you? Maybe he's not. Be exclusively a referee though. Oh, I just made him events only. I don't want to do that. All shows exclusively a referee. There we go. Drew Gulak. Is he in the middle of caught up in a sex scandal? Cody Rhodes thinks it's a terrible idea. See, like I said, I don't agree with these people, but it's making for a complicated backstage environment. Gunner, formerly, what was his former name? I know it. What is it? Jackson Riker. Why did I not know it? Oh, now my old useless knowledge here in my head. Jerry Lawler is negative. Jerry Lawler may be actually beneficial, may actually be good. Oh, 55? Come on, that's disrespectful to have his color commentary 55. What's his attributes though? Sleazy, horn dog, checkered past. We'll keep moving on though. John Laurinaitis? No, thank you. I don't even want to touch that one. I really don't want to touch that one. He's out of the business anyways, so. Anyone else? Low Key? Shout out to Curb Stomp City. I put his strong style company in here. You've probably seen it before, but Mike Chioda, you're not. What's bad about you? You're sleazy, but you're also really good at refereeing, so you're gonna help me, I think, more than you're gonna hurt me. Odyssey Jones? Yeah, that's a recent one that we can just reintroduce. Ricky Knight. I'm gonna bring you in just specifically for the fact that I used you in an order save, and you are the most problematic person I've ever dealt with in a TEW games. I don't know why. You might not even sign because you're 71, but every time I sign Ricky Knight in a game, he is literally the worst person to deal with backstage. And I know he's got his problems in real life. I don't know the extent to them. I just know that he does there's some problems, but in terms of just the video game aspect, he is a nightmare. There's something about him. Stevie Richards, come on, what's his mercenary? Yeah, see, some of these people are just, they got one like the mercenary trait, but they're not like, I'm looking for like scumbags. Oh, he's most wanted and he's a bully. Skipping over an obvious name. There's one person that I'm surprised that's not in here. Tessa Blanchard. We got two huge signings here. Gunner and Odyssey Jones both make their return to WWE. Gunner, I don't really know what I'm gonna do with you, or now I'm gonna remake you Jackson Riker. I don't know what you can do. I guess you could be a manager. Who could you be a manager for? Let's see who your relationships are. Just like Steve Macklin and Weston Blake, so no one that works here. Well, that's unfortunate. Who could I make you a manager for? I don't know. You know what? Let's just make you Odyssey Jones's manager. I think that makes sense. Let's make this is the new plan now. Let's make a stable. Asshole stable. Odyssey Jones, Jackson Riker. Let's make Odyssey a member. Let's make Jackson a support. We'll get an alliance. There we go. And then we're gonna start building up this list here. Let's also add Logan and Gabe Sapolsky into this as well, just because they're toxic. We're making the toxic stable here. Gabe Sapolsky and Logan Paul. Let's make I think we'll try to make. We'll see if we can make Gabe Sapolsky Logan's manager. Problem is he's a heel, so that actually should work. Yeah, do that. And then also making sure Jackson's a heel, Odyssey's a face. Now we're gonna make you a heel as well. All right, and we're gonna continue on into our next booking. Oh, Ricky Knight. He wants to retire in peace. Shoot. Odyssey Jones was brought before wrestlers' court accused of not joining the rest of the locker room for a night out. The judge, Undertaker, found him guilty and sentenced him to buy drinks for everyone after the show. So not damaging yet. There's some signs that things are going downhill, but nothing too bad yet. A small impact on him. That's not good. Rey Mysterio's passing on psychology tips. Akam has been ribbed a little backstage, a little bit, because how much he started being influenced by Roman Reigns. Okay, interesting. Let's go ahead and address the locker room. Let's meddle here. See, this is getting worse. Actually, no, it's not. The AJ Styles stuff didn't happen. Who was people? I remembered. I'm trying to remember who. I remember Corey Graves was one who Paul Heyman was trying to turn against AJ Styles. Let's negatively meddle against these two and see how that goes. Odyssey Jones makes his debut in the pre-show where Rey Mysterio defeats Odyssey Jones. Finn Balor defeats Joaquin Wilde. Drew McIntyre defeats Akira Tozawa. Liv Morgan video package. Seth Rollins cuts a promo. Jey Uso promo. Drew McIntyre promo. Logan Paul promo. Okay, we're finally getting some wrestling here. Sheamus and the Awesome Truth defeat Braun Breaker and the New Day. Sami Zayn defeats Karrion Kross. Dominic defeats Otis. No, that's a segment. What am I talking about? Dominic did defeat Otis. I keep predicting the future. I'm good at this. Seth Rollins defeats JD McDonough. Rhea Ripley video package. Sheamus cuts a promo. Sheamus and the Awesome Truth here cut a promo. Except for R-Truth. Probably probably the best talker of this trio is the one that's not talking. That's insane. They're all great, but to not have R-Truth talk is crazy. Jey Uso defeats Chad Gable. Oh my god, he beat him with a super kick, and I guess he super kicked his tailbone out of place. Chad Gable cracked his tailbone. Logan Paul defeats Uncle Howdy. Gabe Sapolsky did good work at ringside too, so that's good to see. Well, in this world. And we have Gunther and Omos. Gunther makes a promo towards Omos, looks like. CM Punk and John Cena team up once again to defeat Omos and Gunther. Great new tag team here. CM Punk and Cena have a backstage promo to popularity of 84, and this had an overall rating of 73. So Raw is not performing as well. So maybe I'll make some roster changes. I don't want to start booking, so I think somehow I need to do this from the upper level, from the business perspective. How can I make this show better? Because I don't want to book, but I want to see how long I can kind of keep this going in the best direction with the rules I'm giving myself. But anyways, Chad Gable has hurt himself. I mean, he hasn't hurt himself. Jey Uso hurt him for 30 days, but he can be worked through it. So he made $2,600,000, $2,600,000. Popularity is still going down. So, and if anyone is confused about the rules, that's understandable. I'm making up rules as I go. So I need to basically make things as negative as possible. I'm using the AI booker, but I still am trying to fix it with business decisions. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't really make sense. We're really just here to see what happens. Speaking of business decisions, Buff Bagwell and Drake Younger have signed. Drake Younger is going to be a referee, so no real reason to make him any brand exclusive. He'll do both. Buff Bagwell, I guess I'll put him in Raw. Maybe. I don't know. I don't feel like he fits he's not toxic, is he? Attributes. He's egomaniac. Oh, so this is one I didn't consider. He's a heavy steroid user. But yeah, he's not toxic. So I'm not gonna put him in the stable, but I'm gonna put Drake Wirtz, and he's just gonna be support. He's not really gonna be in the group too much, other than the fact because he's just a referee. But this way we can identify our toxic people in stable form. But yeah, I don't consider Buff Bagwell one of them, but he is a steroid user, which is going to be a problem. Ozzy Jones doesn't get it. John Gabaruk, I can fire you right now. You got nothing useful to me. What is I can't think of his name. Chris Pritchard. I'm not sure. He's needy. That's really it. Yeah, I don't really think he would be considered toxic, but I just thought I'd check. What about BG James? He's prickly, but he's pretty much recovered. All right, I don't know what really I was doing. We're just looking. Welcome back to WWE. Austin Aries and Drew Gulak. All right, I know one of them at least is toxic, right? Triple H is not happy. We got a lot of red all of a sudden. Drew Gulak is toxic. Not Austin Aries, surprisingly. I'll still put them in. Make them members. We're really building our Avengers lineup here. It's great. What is Cody Rhodes upset about? He's upset about the sign of Drew Gulak. And I remember Triple H was upset about Drake Younger. So yeah, things are falling apart a little bit more and more. Our morale is poor. Okay. Yeah, bringing in Drake Wirtz and Drew Gulak definitely. Oh, and Austin Aries definitely put things on a tipping point. Wow. And I can only imagine. Yeah, once Alberto comes in, that's definitely gonna bring things down a bit more. Did I look at this? Low-key doesn't have a lot of enemies, I guess, for better words, negative relationships. He's just in here as selfish, unapproachable. Oh, that's just mentors though. I'm really surprised because it seems like he doesn't get signed, but he's literally signed right now. So I guess that's not true. But yeah, selfish isn't terrible. It's not a terrible trait in game. So this is not really gonna. He's not gonna be a terrible personality backstage, but he is still it's still a negative personality, so it's gonna add to this list of red here and eventually gonna make other people in the red. Oh wait, so other notable factors, we have Gabe Sapolsky in here being selfish, so maybe it is gonna have a big impact because big enough that it's a whole nother feature and a whole nother factor in here in being selfish, because I'm assuming he's gonna be a negative influence, but also in a notable other factor, he's gonna be selfish as well alongside Gabe Sapolsky, the selfish guys here. The biggest signing in WWE history has happened. We have Alberto Del Rio, Loki, and Tessa Blanchard. Let's go ahead and add them to the group. Alberto, he's the leader. Let's do Tessa as the deputy. Let's have Loki in there. If we need more room, we'll replace him, but here is the assholes. Let's change Alberto's name to Del Rio, and we have bring Alberto to SmackDown, and nope, I didn't do it. SmackDown, Tessa to Raw. Now, are their contracts even started yet? It's like Tessa's did, and Alberto, yeah, his did too. I'm surprised. Jackson Riker was brought before wrestlers court because he was making messes and not cleaning them up. Oh my god, how could he do that? Small positive impact. I wish you could select a judge, and that gave me another idea though. But I wish you could select a judge so I could select like the worst possible person to be that. But Gabe Sapolsky was brought before wrestlers court because he was being absorbed by his phone when he should be paying attention to a locker room meeting. That's sad. Had a positive impact on him too. Shane Helms and Andrade got in a heated argument. Okay. Ellen Prince and Austin Aries got in a huge row over something and had to be separated. Okay. Things are going down. Let's do Metal. It just tells us still friends with Charlotte, but it's not working as quickly as I was hoping. Let's just start doing like selecting random people and then negatively Meddling. Not Alberto, because I'm sure Alberto will be doing a good job doing it by himself. Let's do Grayson Waller and Titus O'Neil. I don't know. I'm just doing random people now. But let's do something else that I did not consider until here. Locker room leaders. Let's get rid of everybody. And I just brought him back. But let's take him off again. Now he's going to be upset because he got removed twice. Sheamus. Let's remove Sheamus. Seth Rollins. Let's remove him. Oh, this is making everyone mad too. Not just the people involved. Okay. So let's do locker room leaders here. Backstage. Negative influence. So I wanted people without respect either. I don't want to just do all the same names. So let's do Karrion Kross. He's negative, but he's also doesn't have good respect. And but these guys are just mercenaries though. Let's do Tyler Bate because he's sleazy. Larry Davenport because she's a bully. Drew. And Jackson Riker. That's it, isn't it? Edit talent relations. Negative. Big words. Gabe Sapolsky and Jackson Riker. Seems like a Gabe Sapolsky job. Trainer. Remove Finley. And backstage. Negative influence. Okay. Let's do Odyssey Jones because not only he literally cannot train anybody. And I don't know if he's going to attempt to. I don't know how that works. There's only one potential student for him to train. But I guess this way people aren't improving. People aren't getting trained because he's the worst. Do we have a bad... Oh, I was about to say, do we have a bad referee? Yes, we do. Drake Wirtz. That's the worst person to be the senior referee, but there he is. Let's remove Natalia as our women's trainer. I'll have Tessa be the women's trainer. Wait, what? Our contract hasn't begun. Let's make Blair then. Morale officer? This one's got to be the best influence. You know, this real positive influence for a morale officer. Let's make it Loki. And Stooge? Can we hope we can have a Stooge? Who gives Stooge energy? Drew Gulak definitely gives Stooge energy. Accepted. Okay. And our chief enforcers. These guys got to keep down the law. Let's do Odyssey Jones because he's big. You know, I feel like he'd fit. Let's do Austin Aries. I don't think he's really done much in this role, in any roles. Let's do Penta. I like Penta. There's no disrespect to Penta. He's just, I guess, a negative influence in the game. Seems like a really nice guy in person from what I've seen, but you know, whatever. This is the game. So yeah, there's that. And while we're looking at stuff, yeah, we are in a bad state. Entire company is poor. Tonight's show is very poor. But yeah, this is a lot of red here. Still, yeah, definitely more green than red. So we're not there yet, but it's a lot of bad relationships too. So let's get ahead and let's book our SmackDown episode. So things are changing. The morale definitely has an effect on things because I just went through and simmed through. There's no need to have a complete rundown of everything, but as you can see from the ratings, we are doing poorly. Very, very poorly. We're no bright green ratings anymore. And our overall rating of the whole show was 69, losing us popularity in 32 regions. And this was SmackDown. This was the show that was doing really good for us. So just in the span of less than a month, you can go from super high popularity company to, high morale company to just tanking it. We still made money though. So as of now, we're still making money, but not nearly as much as we were before. Well, SmackDown, I think it was like 100,000 or so. so that we lost. 100,000 was a lot of money. But yeah, I mean, we lost popularity in every region. We at least gained it in a few, you know, each show, even though we may have lost some in America. But yeah, this isn't good. I really want to see the lasting effect. Like if we did this for a while, you know, how bad is this gonna get? So we're gonna see. We're just gonna go quickly through and see how bad this can get. At first glance, it looks like in our alerts that our red morales are going down, but that's not the case, because if you scroll through, all of these people are having morale issues now. So we have the equal amount of reds still. They're just spread out a little bit farther, and I wonder if it's possible to make everybody angry. I mean, I'm sure it is, right? I really want to get there though. Imagine if we get there. If you made it to this part of the video and you like what you see, I would appreciate if you like the video and subscribe so you could help with YouTube promoting my content, and also leave a comment down there. Leave a comment of any videos you want to see, experiments, series, or just suggestions for the videos that I've done, or you know, what you would have done better in this scenario. Thank you. I just completely clicked through a bunch of these and I even realized what was happening. But long story short, low key is pissing people off, causing heat between everybody basically that comes up to him. There's Paul Heyman, Jamie Noble, Corey Graves. This is literally everybody. What the hell's going on? Kevin Owens, Shane Helms, Isla Dawn, even Jackson Riker. Okay, but in positive news, Angel's being influenced by Seth Rollins. Charles Robinson was complaining about Drake Wuertz being senior referee. Same with John Cone. Andrade was brought before wrestlers court, failing to pick up his share of the tab at the bar. At this point, I think it's better people just don't interact with each other backstage. I think Andrade was doing the right thing. He was just staying low, not buying anybody drinks, because things are just too much backstage now. Odyssey Jones is only training Omos. I'm glad to hear it. Let's do some meddling here. Let's do some meddling between Blair Davenport. Actually, no, I think she will. No, let's do Blair Davenport, actually. Blair and CM Punk. Sure. They don't have an existing relationship, so we might as well just plant the seeds anyways. So surprisingly, Raw was the best show so far compared to last SmackDown, I mean. Not great though, 72. We lost popularity in 29 regions, but we did gain some in 6. Rhea Ripley is now the new women's Intercontinental Champion. I believe that means she has both women's titles on Raw. Good for her. I'm glad we just introduced it, and not even a month later, Io lost it to Rhea, who now holds both titles. We're still making good money, so, you know, we gain popularity in Mexico. We could just move over to Mexico. Maybe that'll be the plan. Something that I don't do often is the dirty tricks. So let's do that. We can only do Major League Wrestling. Why is that? What's our deal with Major League Wrestling? It's nothing different than like other companies. Like AEW is the same way. I kind of wanted to do it on AEW because it's the bigger company. Huh. Let's try declaring war on AEW. That's a really bad decision, but okay. Let's see. Okay, so now they're there. So what is like the worst thing we can do? It's negative story. Use your context to plan a negative story about them in the wrestling media. Web attack. Use your own website to take shots of them. Verbal jabs. Have announcers and wrestlers take verbal shots at them during the course of shows. This is like a normal WWE show right here. Sponsor attack. Contact their sponsors and leave anonymous negative rumors about them. Disruption. Hire people to go to their show and cause disruptions with signs and chants. Sign warfare. Create and distribute signs during your shows that mock or insult them. Let's do negative story. The story trick has been activated. Keep your eyes peeled to see the results of your actions soon. Depending on the trick and whether it was a success or failure, this may be via the website, email, or during shows. I do 2. Oh, okay. Can I do one against... Oh, no. I can only do one every 4 months. That's lame. I would do it every week if I could. So we are at abysmal. This is working. Bailey did do karaoke one time, though, and that has definitely helped the morale a little bit, you know? But... yeah, oh yeah, wow. We are almost, I think, I could be wrong, we're at like 50-50, we're close. If not, let's see, let's go like, that looks like right in the middle. Yeah, see, we are close. We could definitely, I think I'm gonna go to Wrestlemania. So I think by Wrestlemania, we are gonna have this all filled out. So we're at near the end of January. I think we can do it. The friendships are a little bit harder. I don't see them really going away too much. I guess I haven't really paid attention too much, but I think if everybody gets, upset, things are definitely going to fall apart. So I think that both the notable personalities and the notable relationships are going to go kind of downhill at the same time. I wonder, like, for instance, if you have somebody that's married and they both work in the same company, I wonder if it's possible for them to, if you can cause them to split up. That's a fun thing to try. I really finish these these segments or whatever. I don't know what to call them when I record, and I'm like, man, these are evil things to say. I want to acknowledge once again, this is a video game, and I'm not. This is not my viewpoints. I don't want things to go downhill. I don't want destruction and chaos and evil. Thought I'd just point that out there. Be nice to people. Be happy, all that kind of stuff. Oh no, they're turning against each other. Drake Wirtz almost got into a fight with Buff Bagwell after he caused some damage to his rental car and refused to pay for it. Gabe Sapolsky chose to respond with a slap on the wrist. This brings up a different issue. It's funny that these two are fighting with each other, but I don't actually think I want a head of talent relations, because I want to give the worst possible punishment for, the least, like this one. I feel like this is like a fine territory to make them really pissed off, or if they get into fights, that's a slap on the wrist kind of thing. It's just something that I'm thinking about. Braun Strowman was being a jerk backstage, first provoking and physically attacking Alberto Del Rio. And Gabe Sapolsky, responded with a stern warning. This was a physical fight. I feel like this is kind of a poor response too. Drake Maverick was happy with that. Raquel was happy with that. Oh, I forgot to check. I think Alberto. Yeah, Alberto was upset, wasn't he? And he thought it was soft. PG James was brought before wrestlers court, accused of being absorbed by his phone. Should have been paying attention to the locker room meeting. To be honest, I feel like that's kind of a good place to be. Paul Heyman didn't pick up his share of the tab. Oh my god. Low-key tried to bring Paul Levesque into some backstage team building, but only succeeded in annoying him. That's crazy that Low-key is trying to get Triple H to do something and is in charge of Triple H in this sense. Funny. Low-key annoyed Scott Stanford. Just got hard at a small backstage clash with Low-key. This is insane. This is like only a few weeks in and things are just really downhill. Jacob 5-2 was not happy with Low-key. John Gabaruk and Scott Stanford have been getting on pretty well. Oh, well, good for you guys. Jason Ayers and Giovanni Vinci has been hanging out together. I feel like there's the possibility of like a mutiny. Everyone's, getting along. But yeah, the Grayson Waller and Tyson O'Neill. People are like trying to take over and make things better. I'm not going to let it happen. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. People are coming with ideas and everything. Oh, well. Call out. Ooh, we can call someone out. I changed the picture pack, so some of these pictures are going to be kind of wonky now with just glitched, I think, with the GIF things. I made this loser stable picture and I'm not too lazy to change it. So who should we call out? Who's a positive influence? Who's happy? I'm gonna call out someone that's happy, like Jackson Riker. No, we won't call him out. Okay, he's happy. I love that these guys that I brought in to cause chaos are happy, except for Alberto. Everybody is upset. Big E, he's fine. Let's call out Big E for no reason. Cut a New Day promo on him. Another Smackdown in the books, and we have lost our popularity in 40 regions. We had 50 overall rating, and fans were annoyed in non-wrestling segments, and that's the AI's fault. They should have done better with that. Alexa Bliss is the new women's champion, though, for her. Fortunately, this is a bad time to, be that, but John Cena defeated Jacob 5-2. Look at him go. We made $1 million. Lost popularity everywhere for the most part. That's not good. It's good for me, though. A secret plot by WWE officials to anonymously spread a rumor that AEW is in fact controlled by devil worshippers has backfired when a journalist uncovered the plan and exposed them. The promotion has yet to comment, but they are said to be extremely embarrassed and hoping some other big wrestling news happens soon to draw people's attention away from their antics. I thought that they were devil worshippers. You can't blame a guy for thinking that. Anyways, I'm going to do a little more self-sabotage here. We're going to downgrade. We'll downgrade 2 spots each. Nothing crazy. And it is, by what I mean by nothing crazy, is it is still kind of crazy because this is, I think, really going to hurt us. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Make things a little bit worse here. I've decided that I don't really care about money. I just actually want to see how much we can get this to fail. I don't think it's possible to get it to fail. But I could be surprised. Imagine if we can get everyone to quit and maybe even go out of business, but I doubt it. within this short period of time, but hope we get some changes are coming. I can feel it. We're only at the end of January. We got like 2.5 months, I think, in game to completely destroy everything, and we're doing pretty good with that. When it comes to our morale, we have made it to Saturday night's main event, and since it's a pay-per-view, we'll go through this. Bianca Belair defeats Chelsea Green with a wrestling rating of 47, a crowd rating of 55, and a segment rating of 53. The Awesome Truth have defeated the New Day. Wow, with the wrestling rating of 52, crowd rating of 58, segment rating of 51. Drew McIntyre cuts a promo with a segment rating of 69. Gunther cuts a promo with a segment rating of 54. Awesome Truth got a promo with a segment rating of 47. Bayley defeats Nia Jax to win the WWE Women's title with a 50 rating. Io Sky and Liv Morgan have a video package. And then we have the match where Liv makes her 6th defense of the women's title. Hold on, what? I thought someone just won the title. I gotta go back and look to see who won the title before. Anyways, Rhea Ripley defeats Tiffany Stratton with the 59. No, Rhea Ripley and Tiffany have a video package. But of course, I predicted it. Rhea Ripley defeats Tiffany Stratton with a wrestling rating of 58, crowd rating of 66, segment rating of 64. Rhea Ripley makes defense number 1 of the Intercontinental title. LA Knight defeats Kevin Owens with a wrestling rating of 60, crowd rating of 68, segment rating of 67. Drew McIntyre defeats Jimmy Uso with the wrestling rating of 62, crowd rating of 70, segment rating of 62. A bad show. This is a 63 rating. We didn't lose popularity though. It made $3 million. The production, I guess, didn't hurt us terribly, but I think that's going to change. I think we're going to go downhill quickly. All right, I'm going to try something here. I'm going to do the hardline stance. This is my way or the highway. Assert your authority by saying that anyone who isn't happy working for you can walk out right now and get the release. This gives you an instant boost to your credibility and improves backstage behavior. The downside is that all the releases are instant and you have to pay the same cost of any as in any normal release. The backstage rating must be poor or worse to do this. It's poor enough, definitely. And I know, and I don't think this is really going to help us positively at all, just because everybody's upset. Let's see what happens here. Yes, not as many as I thought. Zelina Vega, Logan Paul, Paul Levesque, Sheamus, The Miz, Seth Rollins, Gunther, and CM Punk all have left. Big names have left. A lot of money spent to get these guys out of here. Wow, that's crazy. So we got some people that stayed though, surprisingly. But yeah, the market's going to be big. It would be interesting to see, like, once we're done, to see if like AEW has like a really good roster from our people that quit, or you know, anywhere other companies. So that's something I'm gonna have to keep an eye on, is just where everyone's gone, if anywhere. I assume that this is because of the workers that, you know, we released, but we lost $1 million this time, so we're actually losing money, almost $2 million. So our first unprofitable show since we started. I'm not gonna go over the show completely, not what this is about. We did gain some popularity in Japan though, so shout out to our fans in Japan, I guess, keeping us alive. Now we have release requests going on. So we have Roman Reigns, Bayley, Cody Rhodes, and Andrade. And I believe, yeah, Cody Rhodes is still our champion. Bayley's our women's champion. So this is definitely a huge shift. Let's let them go. So I'm thinking maybe now I could bring up some NXT names just to, wow, look at this. It seems like these lists are just got a lot smaller. Like our franchise players is now missing missing one person. But yeah, I was thinking about bringing up some names. We brought up Trick Williams because he wanted to come up. I don't know if he's been booked. No, he hasn't been booked. Ooh, let's see. Who are the top guys in NXT? So we got Cora Jade, Roxanne, Wesley. So maybe we'll bring up all these. So Cora, Roxanne, Wesley, Julia, and Ethan Page. All right, some more victims here. All right, Corey Graves got into a heated argument with a fan outside and had to be restrained before he made things physical. Let's go ahead and fine him. I don't want to fire people, but I would like to. But if I'm gonna fine them, leading them to quit, basically. Drake Words provoked Alberto Del Rio in a huge heated argument as his employer. You have to choose how to deal with Drake Words. So the same thing, let's find him. And then of course everyone is clashing with Low Key. Happened last show too, but I just kind of skipped through it. You get the point. Everyone's getting mad at each other. There's literally so much going on that it's hard to like, I feel like it'd be so repetitive to keep up with. Tamina's still here. How long has she got left? February 1st, so she's gone tomorrow. I guess we'll call her out for leaving us, even though I chose not to sign her contract. I think it's important to know, I don't know if anyone has noticed that I'm controlling the Rizzler, and I didn't consider the humor in it at first, but seeing that these people like hate the Rizzler is funny. Like even better. So let's go to, I saw Drew McIntyre was one. He's got where maybe he wasn't one. Am I making that up? Hold on, I'm lying to you all. I'm sorry. Drew Gulak, wrong Drew. So like just seeing that Drew Gulak has a negative opinion of the Rizzler is hilarious to me. That's all the point I had to make there. Here at the Royal Royal Rumble, we have lost Charlotte Flair, Charles Robinson, Kofi Kingston, Randy Orton, Xavier Woods, LA Knight, Luke Gallows, and Chelsea Green. We are finished with the Royal Rumble. I'll show you the results in a sec, but this is our first opportunity to talk to some people in this sense. So I'm going to just select random people and we are going to verbally eviscerate. Here we go. They were too concerned with my speech, at least for now. I'm sure that'll change. I can't believe that we made $7 million. We're still continuing to profit. But our popularity is going down. Man, this is like 2019 WWE. It was just getting worse and worse, but yet the money was just going up and up. Okay, this is our first press conference as well. I didn't even think about that. So let's go ahead and let's see how we can do this the worst way possible. Probably we have a very competitive roster. We see low-key fitting. No. The big news is that you tried to address the unrest in the locker room by taking a my way or the highway approach, with some of the unhappiest workers now dramatically gone from WWE. Do you think that you now have got control of the locker room once more? Don't cross the balls. Oh, that actually helped me. Pete Dunne and Wesley won the World Tag Team titles tonight. I don't know. I guess these aren't really, none of these are too negative. I'm not committing anything though. Jimmy Uso won the United States title. Not committing. Sources backstage have described morale in WWE being abysmal. As a head booker, do you feel responsible for this? This is completely false. There's no morale problems in the company. Oh no, morale is great. Everyone loves working here. I'll say that. That's funny. We have more release requests from Big E, AJ Styles, Casey Canizaro, and Nia Jax. Good riddance. We have now fallen to medium size. We are just continuing to go down worse and worse. Our broadcasters are all unhappy. Everything is going great. Everything's going fantastic. Let's go over the Royal Rumble results. You saw some of them. Oh my god, yeah, there's a lot of segments here. But anyways, so we had Kate and Carter defeat Shayna Baszler in the pre-show. Pete Dunne and Wesley defeated the War Raiders to win the tag team titles. Braun Strowman won the Royal Rumble. Judgment Day, so Dominic and Finn Balor defeats Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy. R-Truth and John Cena and Sami Zayn defeat Lolo Kaiser and DIY. Jimmy Uso defeated Shinsuke Nakamura for the United States title. Rhea Ripley defeated Isla Dawn and Bianca Belair for the Intercontinental title. Liv Morgan defeated Kairi Sane for the WWE Women's title. I can literally not keep up with the women's title scene, any of the titles really, but that one's weird to me. Drew McIntyre defeats Jey Uso for the WWE World Heavyweight title. Surprisingly, we only had one walkout this time, and this was Finn Balor. Oh no, they just didn't give us a list. John Cena also has left. That one's crazy. Isla Dawn has left. So three more talents gone, and John Cena's a huge one. We have lost Kevin Owens. That's it. We have gotten to the point where the auto booker is not able to book long enough shows for our time period. So it looks like we're definitely gonna have to make our show shorter because we're losing our rosters. I'm gonna have to make these matches longer. I just had an idea. I know how we can lose money. No, he's injured. That's okay though. It doesn't really matter. All right, how much money can we offer somebody? Wait, let's do this. Oh my god, how much money even is that? I mean, that's $10 million, right? Is that? Yeah, $10 million. That's not actually as bad as I thought it could be. Who else can we give some money to? Let's see what's going on in AEW. Who they got? Can we steal anyone from them? Hire anyone worth stealing? There's FTR. Wait, John Moxley's written. Let's see if but he's loyal to AEW. Is he really? Would he not accept? Oh, I can make him in both though because he's written, so I could just sign him into a written contract. Let's bring in Malachi because he didn't get fired in this save. There we go. All right, let's get Ray Phoenix in here. And let's sign Alex Marvez. I think that's a great idea. All right, that's a good amount, I think. Let's go ahead and continue on. I respect John Moxley's loyalty that he gave up a $10 million contract to continue working for AEW. Much respect. Much respect. Another huge wave leaving WWE. Dominic Mysterio, JD McDonough, Damian Priest, Kit Wilson, Michael Cole. Michael Cole's a big one. Man, Sami Zayn, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley. Looks like we gotta go ahead and we gotta replace Michael Cole. Wait, did Pat leave too? No, Pat's still here. So I guess let's just put Corey Graves in. Congratulations, Corey Graves. You are now our head commentator. Let's see. Corey, are you brand exclusive? Yeah. All right. I forgot to change the link of the shows. So I'm gonna do something I don't do often either, and I know damages morale. I'm gonna cancel tonight's show. I don't know how that affects broadcasters. I think it might affect broadcasters, but I know for sure that it damages popularity and backstage morale, because the only time I've done it is when I mess up on something, and I do that often, but like never used it in this sense. So I think the firing of everybody has actually helped morale. And I did not think it was going to, because I thought firing people was going to make, or letting them go, I guess, was going to make things worse. But I guess it didn't. So we're definitely still very negative, but everyone morale's good, and I'm not too sure why. So that's just something, because like I went to try to do the hardline stance and I couldn't. I am surprised. It just seems like it's just destined to succeed regardless on the choices I make. But we'll continue and see how this turns out. Elimination Chamber is in the books. We start our pre-show with Omos and DIY defeating Rey Fenix and the War Raiders. Raquel Rodriguez defeats Kairi Sane and Sonya Deville. Pete Dunne and Wes Lee defeat the Wyatt Six to retain their tag team titles. Alexa Bliss defeats Naomi to retain her title. Tiffany Stratton defeats Lyra Valkyria. Jade Cargill defeats Io Sky, Roxanne Perez to win the women's Intercontinental title. Liv Morgan defeats Dakota Kai to retain her women's world title. Drew McIntyre defeats Rey Mysterio to retain the WWE World Heavyweight title. And Shane McMahon defeats Alberto Del Rio, Odyssey Jones, Ryback, Buff Bagwell, and Angel in a Elimination Chamber match to win the undisputed WWE title. And believe it or not, people were unhappy with that decision, and NBC canceled our deal. So that's our first lost TV deal, and we're not even at WrestleMania yet. SmackDown is no more. We have now lost our TV deals for SmackDown. I believe that was all of them, or we still got them. Who? Oh, we actually still have a decent. Wait, who dropped us? Who dropped us? AB1. Of course, not 360. So okay, I was being a little dramatic. So we still have SmackDown, but we are definitely losing it. This one was a bad show. It says okay, but it was not okay. It was a 45 rating. We are now down to an hour because we really can't fill the time. Everyone's gone, and Braun Strowman and Trick Williams and Shane McMahon are teaming up. That's how things are going. Yeah, things are falling down here. The main event, and no disrespect to them, but it's Roxanne Perez and Julia, two people that we just caught up from NXT. So yeah, and as you can see, a lot of unhappies. I'm just skipping through because it's all kind of the same results, but things are going downhill. Bumped up WrestleMania a little bit, but we got 21 days left until WrestleMania, and things are falling apart. Things are really falling apart. I'm going to see what happens. Let's bump down one more. All of our production stuff. Okay. So now we're bad. We're a bad show, but we are so close to WrestleMania. It is time for WrestleMania 41. It has been a long time coming. Could this be the best WrestleMania yet? We start the whole show with a solo Sikoa interview with Deteriorating. Then we have Otis and Tozawa defeating Braun Breaker and Malachi Black and Ludwig Kaiser and Carmelo Hayes. That is insane. Jimmy Uso has an interview. Goldberg has an interview. Paul Heyman cuts a promo. The Street Profits defeat A-Town Down Under to make defense number 2 of their WWE Tag Team titles. Rey Mysterio cuts a promo. Roxanne Perez defeats Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane is in poor form. Jade Cargill defeats Raquel Rodriguez. She's making defense number 1 of her Intercontinental title. Julia defeats Alexa Bliss to win the WWE Women's title. Chad Gable defeats Uncle Howdy and R-Truth to win the Intercontinental title. Solo Sikoa defeats Shane McMahon to win the undisputed WWE title. Jey Uso cuts a promo. Jimmy Uso defeats Shinsuke Nakamura to make defense number 2 of the United States title. Both Usos had gold. Sikoa and Jimmy Uso have gold. Drew cuts a promo. Drew McIntyre defeats Trick Williams to make defense number 2 of the WWE World Heavyweight title in the main event of WrestleMania. That is 60 popularity. Lost popularity in 47 regions, but gained in 7. So good for those 7 regions. I'm just going to yell at some people. I'm Maggie Makaba's cardio. I didn't mean to criticize for poor performance. There we go. We still made money. We have made. So we've definitely been losing money, but every show has been profitable at least. So we gained popularity in Japan. Japan loved this WrestleMania. I'm just gonna I don't care. So I'm not kidding when I say this video took hours to make, but we were here at the end point. I wanted to go to WrestleMania. I wish I could have gone farther, but this would have taken so long to really make an impact. But you can definitely see that things are not good. We lost $19 million just in 1 month. Oh my God, $46 million we've lost this month. And I'm sure we could have done way more if we would have done all the contracts and stuff to be super expensive. Let's look at the contracts since I'm talking about it here. If only I can find the contracts overview. There we go. So if we look at the highest pay, Alex Marvez, Bill Goldberg, Malachi Black, Rey Fenix, Ryback, Shane McMahon are all making $10 million per month. So that's kind of the deal there. Who just signed? Oh, good. We have Carl Anderson wants to leave, and so does Bronson Reed. Throughout this whole process, we've had plenty of people leave, by contract expiration, and then people leave by requesting to be released. If it says we released them, that means that they had asked for the release. So let's start here. So Zelina Vega, Logan Paul, Triple H, Sheamus, The Miz, Seth Rollins, Gunther, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Bayley, Cody Rhodes, Andrade, Tamina, Charlotte, Charles Robinson, Kofi Kingston, Randy Orton, Xavier Woods, LA Knight, Luke Gallows, Chelsea Green, Nia Jax, Big E, AJ Styles, Casey Catanzaro, Finn Balor, John Cena, Isla Dawn, Kevin Owens, Dominic Mysterio, JD McDonough, Damian Priest, Kit Wilson, Michael Cole, Sami Zayn, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Kaden Carter, Patrick Scott, Michin, Scarlett, Ari Emanuel left. He loves his home company. Titus O'Neil, Liv Morgan, Candice LeRae, Carmella, Viv Finley, Carl Anderson, and Bronson Reed have all left us in this process. We end this with our titles being Solo Sikoa, our undisputed champion, Chad Gable being our Intercontinental champion, Dragon Lee still speed, Roxanne, oh yeah, she won the women's speed title at WrestleMania, Angela Dawkins and Montez Ford being our tag team title holders, Jimmy Uso with the United States, Julia WWE Women's, Jay Cargill Intercontinental title, no women's tag team champions, Io Sky with the United States, nobody with the world title, the women's world title, Drew McIntyre with the WWE World title, and Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy being the tag team champions here. Team of note, the Pete Dunne and Wesley tag team. Interesting team. So let's look at our size. Let's track our progress. So we went from 80 to ending this here being 64 pretty much. 64 everywhere except for Hawaii. They like us a little bit better in Hawaii. And that's in the US. And going through here, basically the negative personalities are pretty much for the most part everyone that's upset. So you can go down this list here. This is the majority of the list. The people that are still happy, Alex Marvez, I mean, I'm sure he's happy with that contract. Same with Bill Goldberg. Yeah, there's some people that are still pretty happy, I guess. But I mean, if you look through here, it's pretty much everybody's annoyed at some point. You got some people that are just unaffected, which is surprising. Yeah, for the most part, everyone is at least annoyed. Joe's irritated. If you look at our shows, they've definitely gone down in quality. Let's start from the beginning here. So Smackdown, we started our first show with a 76, and then it's pretty consistent. And then yeah, it was like a pretty much immediate shift. Like we had this Raw, SmackDown was a 50, and then it never really recovered after that. It was still in the light greens all the way into this last show with the WrestleMania being a 60. Here are our top stars. So you have Drew, Jey Uso, Rey Mysterio, Jimmy Uso, and Braun Strowman. All great talent, but definitely not, the stars of the show. We're still number one ranked. I'm curious to see, so our popularity is 64 now. What is AEW's? Are they bigger than us in America at least? I have to assume so, right? Oh, they are bigger, but not by much. I would not be surprised though if we continue this, if they passed us. Did they make any signings of our guys though? Is this the only news here? Oh, that was workers leaving. It doesn't really look like it. Let's see. Where is there signings? Should be right. New workers. Nobody from AEW signed. I remember saying Kofi is in DPW. What about Cody Rhodes? I'm surprised. I guess maybe he's too popular for anywhere. He may be too popular for AEW. 85 is pretty big. I don't remember who even left. Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. Yeah, not really anybody signed. Guess we could also go into, let's look at the most popular people here. Let's see. So The Rock stayed. John Cena left. Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Orton, Logan Paul. Yeah, and everyone's pretty much. Sami Zayn went to Dragon Gate. I could see that. Gunther's in MLW. Charlotte's TNA. Like MLW got pretty big here. Scored pretty big. Dominic Mysterio, Sheamus. Where's the Miz though? He's in All Reality of Wrestling. Ronda's, she wasn't with us, but she's in MLW too. Yeah, not huge changes. Obviously, AEW didn't get anybody, so not what I expected. I expected them kind of all to go there, but they might have been too big. But that is gonna do it. Like I said, this video took hours, so I hope you guys liked it. I know it was rushed at the end, but it got really repetitive, so I just wanted to make sure you saw the results and everything. Let me know if you guys want to see any more challenges or experiments, anything like that. But that's all I got for you. See ya.